beautiful day we're having here in Southern California. Finally, we're getting cooler weather and it's feeling like fall, and it's so beautiful. And so I'm just really grateful for the weather, and I'm grateful to be with you guys. I'm grateful to be bringing you what I feel has been just something that got downloaded to me this weekend and how I could support you guys for this holiday time. Hi, Jen. Hi, Belinda. Hi, Claudia. Hi, Maria. So glad you guys are here. Thanks for being here. So I want to start by asking you guys a few questions, and I'd love your comments and thoughts on this, if you agree. Okay, so I'm wondering if any of you would like to experience less stress during the holidays. Would that be you? If so, give me a thumbs up. Say yes, less stress during the holidays would be great. Another question I have is, how many of you are feeling uncertain about how this holiday season will be because of the pandemic? I'm seeing some thumbs coming up here. So this is such a unique year. How is this going to pan out? No pun intended. How is this going to pan out with the pandemic? You know, what is it going to look like for the holidays this year? And in spite of all of this, I'm wondering how many of you would like to create peace and fulfillment during this holiday season, regardless of everything we've experienced this year and what's going on. Give me a thumbs up if that's you. I'd love to hear. So yes, I'm hearing it and I'm seeing it. Hi, Edie. So glad you're here. Awesome. So if you answered yes to any of these questions that I just posed, you are in the right place, ladies. And I'm so glad you're here, because today I want to give you 3 steps so that you can have a stress-free holiday and experience peace and fulfillment even during this pandemic. So, you know, this holiday season, it's looking different already, right? And it's going to be different than anything we've ever experienced before. And I don't know about you, but I'm already feeling some sadness and some disappointment about what the upcoming holidays are going to be like. Thanksgiving and Christmas and Hanukkah and New Year's and all these holidays, Kwanzaa, all these holidays that we celebrate. You know, I really value time together as a family. And we haven't been as a family together much this year. And we have a very small family as it is. And so I've been really looking forward to some time over the holidays to see each other. But unfortunately, because of this pandemic, it seems like our small gathering is getting even smaller. And we have some family that have to quarantine because of their work. So I'm not going to even see them. And then we have other family that can get together, but they've got differing views on this whole idea of masks and social distancing. Some of them are insisting on wearing masks. Some of them don't want to wear masks at all. And I'm in the middle going, how are we all going to like get together and be happy and see each other? And I guess it's because of some of my own angst about these holidays that I thought it would be good for us to have a discussion about this, to see how we can create the most stress-free environment for ourselves, even in the midst of this pandemic. So some of you have heard me talk about the 7 levels of energy tool that I'm trained in. And I've done a masterclass on this before, a couple different times in this group. And don't worry, I will do another one in the near future, because it's probably one of the most powerful tools that I use. But I want to give you a little glimpse into these 7 levels of energy, because it is a tool that helps us to see how our thoughts are creating our feelings, which then create our results. And when we are in lower levels of energy, we are experiencing powerlessness, fear, and anger. And when we choose to operate at higher levels of energy, we experience more acceptance, more love, more empowerment, joy, and peace. How many of you would like more of that, especially during the holidays? Let's see what you guys say. Oh, no worries, Edie. We'll catch you later, girl. How How many of you would like to have more acceptance, love, empowerment, peace during the holiday time? Now, I know it's really easy when we've been dealing with this pandemic for much of this year for us to feel powerless and fearful, and maybe some of us fight the situation and feel angry. And those are lower levels of energy, and they don't feel good. And as far as fulfillment goes, we're not experiencing a lot of fulfillment when we're in those lower levels of energy. So here's my first step, okay? Here's the first one. In order to increase your level of energy so that you can experience more peace and fulfillment, the first step is to accept what is. Accepting what is. Okay, it is such a huge step forward when we accept things as they are. It shifts our anger, it shifts our fear. We stop fighting against something, we stop fearing it, we stop resisting it, and we accept it. So a couple nights ago, I was actually watching, I love Carpool Karaoke with James Corden. I don't know if you guys ever watch him, but he had Paul McCartney on a couple years ago. And it is a great episode if you get a chance to watch it on YouTube. But in it, Paul McCartney is telling James Corden about how he wrote the song Let It Be. And the story is that his mom, Paul McCartney's mom, had recently passed. And she came to him in a dream and said, let it be. And you guys know that song and those lyrics, let it be, let it be, let it be, let it be. There will be an answer, let it be. And I feel like those words are still so helpful to us today and perfect for our world right now, like what we're experiencing. And, you know, this first step, this step of acceptance is so powerful, but not always quick and easy. I get that. And you might need to allow yourself the experience of feeling your lower level feelings of anger, of fear, of rage, of disappointment, of sadness. You might need to let it out. And, you know, I did a live on this, how to release your negative emotions. I did it on September 1. And if you want to go back and look at that because you'd like some assistance with that, just go to our video section of this group and you'll see a bunch of videos there. It's one of the ones where I'm in this green kind of swirly top, but it's dated September 1. And so if you need more help and more tools with how to release that energy, release those emotions, sometimes you need to do that before you can get to that point of acceptance, okay? But once you've released those negative emotions and moved into acceptance, you already will start to feel more at peace. Okay, so that's my first step. The second step is now that you've accepted what is, okay, what is going on in our world? What is it right now? What is the way it is? Am I making sense? Accepting it, fully letting it be. The second step is, once you've accepted it, is to get clear on what it is that you want. Okay, so this step is about getting clear on your values and being intentional about creating that. So you can ask yourself a few questions. What would you like to experience over this holiday season? These are my 3 questions for intention. What would you like to experience over this holiday season? How would you like to feel? And how can you create that, even with the limits of the pandemic? So I encourage you to take some time, just a few moments, maybe after this live, and just think about, what is it that I really want to create? Do you want to create connection? Do you want to create fun? Do you want to create peace? Do you want to create rest? You know, joy, festivity, decorating, baking, sleeping, movies, whatever it is. What is it that you value and what do you want to create? And then can you create that? How can you make that happen even in this pandemic? So when we are intentional about what we want to create, we already feel more empowered, right? So I have another, I'm just seeing a couple notes here. Belinda says, acceptance is the answer to our problems. You are so right, my friend, and I know you know this. And uncover, discover, discard. Ooh, that's beautiful. Thank you for sharing that. Uncover, discover, discard. Let it go if it's not working, right? Hi, Jennifer. Glad you're watching. I see you there too. Okay, so here is another little tool I have. And this is gonna be backwards, okay? Because I think that's how it looks on the screen. But this is a tool I have that helps me get into acceptance and helps me start to create more intention. Do you see how this is one rock, but on one side it says problem and on the other side it says solution? This is a favorite little tool that I have. Problem on one side, solution on the other side. Okay, hey, it's the same rock, right? On one side, if I focus on that side, I'm focusing on the problem. If I choose to flip it over and look at the other side, I'm looking at the solution. So the point of that is it's the same thing, whatever you're looking at. Whatever's going on this holiday season, it's all in your perspective of how you want to focus on it. Do you want to see it as a problem, or do you want to see how there's an opportunity in it, what the solution is? And if you're going to see the holidays as a problem, they're going to be a problem. But if you can see it as an opportunity to create something unique and different and new, even in the midst of this new experience that we're having, that helps us feel empowered. We immediately increase our level of energy when we start to feel more empowered, and we'll start to feel more peaceful and content. Okay, so my third step is using this phrase. And I love this phrase, and it basically just says, what works? Okay? Ask yourself this question often. What works? Okay? The reason I love this question is because it's so easy for us to think something is right or something is wrong. There's a right way to do it, there's a wrong way to do it. It should be this way, I have to do it this way, I shouldn't do it this way. And during the holidays, I know for myself, if you're anything like me, I have like fixed beliefs about how the holidays should be, what my role should be, what other people should be doing. And you know, a lot of that is getting thrown out the window this year, my friends. Don't you think? It's not going to be the same. So especially this year, what a great opportunity to start asking ourselves the question, what works? And what that question does is it takes the judgment out of things, okay? Judgment towards ourselves, judgment towards others, judgment toward the world and this pandemic. And when we release judgment, we automatically increase our energy level. And we ask ourselves what works. We get into solution mode. We're looking for win-win situations that are going to serve us and work for us and also work for the other people or persons in our life. And this helps so much to reduce our stress and to feel more peace in the situation. So I want to ask you guys, invite you to ask yourself, what works? And does this work for me? Does this work for the other person? And this is as you're making plans and you're setting your intentions for the holidays. And I really believe saying this often, what works, is a beautiful way to live because, again, it reduces judgment, it relieves stress, and it brings so much more peace and fulfillment. I'm seeing some other comments here. I'm loving your message. Thank you, Belinda. Maria says, there's a huge potential of stepping out of old habits and creating something new. Isn't that true? I love that. You could focus on the problem of what this pandemic is bringing, or you could see it as an opportunity that, oh, we get to do something new this year. How cool is that? What could we create in this? And so, again, I know this year's been tough. It's been tough for all of us on so many levels. And I also know that acceptance is such an important first step toward moving us out of feelings of fear, feelings of powerlessness and anger, and moving us to a place where we can create something that works for us and others. So you got the 3 steps: accept what is, get clear on what you want, and then ask yourself what works. This is truly empowered living, ladies. Okay, I guarantee you, if you do these 3 steps, you are going to start feeling so much more empowered and peaceful around this holiday season. You're going to feel fulfilled, and you're going to have so much less stress. So that is basically my message today. I welcome any more comments or questions. And I also just wanted to say that if you're having kind of a tough time with how to accept, or how to shift into a solution mode, or how to see what works, I would be so happy to support you. You can just private message me and we can have a little chat about how you can start to use these principles in your life. Or even if you'd like to know more about those 7 levels of energy, which is such an amazing tool, I'd love to talk with you. So feel free to private message me and we can set up a quick time to chat. And just want to support you guys to have a beautiful holiday. And I thank you for being here, everybody. Thank you, Maria, for your comments, for the great message. And I'm just wishing you guys so much peace and love this holiday. And I'll be back next week. This isn't like I'm signing off, but I will see you guys next week, okay? Have a beautiful week. Mwah. Bye.